Hi guys, here's Sharon Lewin, 2021 here from School Corridor. It's so nice to be back again because I've been busy for quite a while. And I can tell you this with all the sadness we are experiencing and all the challenges we are experiencing, I was in a way hesitant to come onto School Corridor as well and just start something, as if it's out of context. So I'm glad if you are here. Thank you for joining. And I thought I'll dedicate the pre-show just to our colleagues that we have lost. So to all of us, and especially to you, if you've lost any family, any friends, any colleagues, people close to you, then I wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, our condolences, and may the Lord strengthen you and give you the courage, just to keep their memories alive and cherish those memories, and then just be grateful that you've had a chance to spend time with them and that they've shared their gifts and their talents and their love and their care with us. It's very tough. Most of us have lost somebody. So, we don't quite understand the rawness. We don't quite get the pain that all of our colleagues or friends or family are experiencing. But I think it's important for them to know that they can reach out to us, that we are available, that we are there, and just our presence and our prayers are with them. So I hope you enjoyed the musical tribute. Those are nice songs that I took off the internet from Facebook, and I thought it's quite fitting just to start with that rather than starting and saying, something about my own life. So welcome here, and then I'm going to say hi to the guys that are here, and then tell you what I have, what I want to share this evening with you after the tribute. I just want to share some things with you, but I think I'll greet some of the guys who are on. Hi, Alistair Adams from Constantia Primary. Nice to have you here. School leader, champion. I hope that everything is fine at your school and that you guys are coping under the circumstances and that you are ready to face the challenges as a leader. Thanks so much for being here. And then, Janita, yes, thanks for that comment. Yes, I struggled to think, how do I make it? How do I acknowledge and pay tribute to our colleagues on the platform? Because we are a caring community here, and it would have not been right to just not say anything or just do something. So, yes, I got the candle. My hubby got me this candle. And then, of course, I put up the flag here because we just want to acknowledge our teachers and our friends and our colleagues here in South Africa, because we are a South African family. And we need to show that we care. So, what I want to mention is that, for all of us, and especially for you, if you are connected to a government worker, whether the person is in teaching or offering some other public service, then just remember, and I think I must put the number on that, we've got in the Western Cape the Employee Health and Wellness Program. And the number is pretty straightforward. So I'll drop it again on the School Corridor page. But remember, you have access to that. So you must let your family know. You must let your children know. You must let everybody know that's connected to you, especially your family, because everybody has access to it. That they can call that number because they are qualified people. They are psychologists, social workers, doctors, you name it. They are specialists, who can speak to whoever needs the service. So the number is available around the clock, 24/7. So whenever people feel, when you feel you just can't handle it anymore, even if it's not, just connected to grieving because you lost somebody, but just sometimes we feel so depressed and so overwhelmed, then you can call that number, and somebody will speak to you. And they, like I said, are highly qualified specialists. So they'll treat your information confidentially. You don't have to worry about that. the calls are not recorded in any way. So you can just call and say, just give express your feelings, express your fears, express whatever you want to relate to that person, and you will have a listening ear, and they will give you advice. Okay, and then just remember too that there are contact sessions that we qualify for. So we get about, I think it's 6. I'm speaking under correction. I'll just follow up on that again. The last time I heard there was 6. We qualify for about 6 in-person contact sessions. So you can check when you phone, if you have counselors or one of those psychologists, if they are available to have a one-on-one with you. So don't ignore this free service that the Western Cape government does make available to all employees. And I think especially now, don't think your problem is too small. We need to draw on the strengths of services like this, and we don't often want to speak to our family members or our friends and so forth. So I thought I'll just mention that, because I think now more than ever you need to know that there is such a helping hand for you. You can reach out to the employee health and wellness facility or service, and it is available for your family as well. So let them also know this. Okay, make a copy of the card and give it to your family members, your teenagers, your young adults, whoever is connected to you. Just make them aware that there's a free service available for you as an employee, and of course your family. Okay, having said that, let me just say who else is here. Walter? Hi, Walter. I see you say you haven't got sound. I'm not sure what that means, because I checked on my phone too, because I haven't been on here for a long time and I needed to check, and my tech is not in the house. So I just needed to check. So just double check again. Pleasure, Alistair. And then let me see who else is here who's going to make themselves visible. Charlene. Hi, Charlene. Thanks for coming, and compliments of the season, and may you have a super year, and that that we still are hopeful, and that we will live as if we will live fully. We won't give up on our lives, and we will allow that as long as we are here, that we're here to make a difference. So thanks for being here. And then of course Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Sharon Terence would like to know if you're enjoying your retirement, says he misses you. Hi, Wendy. I just started. Terence was chatting to me about the little pink bicycle that I left at your place at one of the mini parties that we had there, the lovely social and community building that we had at your place. And I said, now give that to Wendy. That's my gift to Wendy. So thanks, Wendy, for being here. And then, of course, Theola's here. Thanks, Theola. Lovely to have you here. Always good to have all our school leaders here. And then Florence is greeting everybody. Hi, Florence. Latifa's here. Thanks, Latifa. And then, of course, Michelle is here. Michelle, I drove past your school, your orange school this afternoon. And I said to my daughter, that's where one of our champions are, the principal at school, Pokmakiri. That is where Michelle Pinter is, the principal, and creating quite a lot of transformation there. Thanks so much for being here, Michelle. And then Michelle says, hello, Sharon and colleagues. Condolences to all who have lost colleagues and loved ones. Thanks, Michelle. Walter says his sound is sorted. Thanks for that. And then Charlene is saying compliments to all of us. And then she says, stay strong and keep the faith. Thanks so much for that, Charlene. And then who else is here that I may have missed? So guys, yes, 2021 is here. And so, of course, there are a lot of surprises on my side. And so I'm going to share a bit about that. And then, of course, allow you to just, put some comments and questions in the chat, and I'll try to follow what's happening in the chat as well. So, the first thing I need to say is that, guys, you know that I just had a major breakup. My relationship ended with a WCED, or by extension DBE, as an employee. And I've been employed by the WCED for 38 years. And of course, I decided to step out and step up. So, people, regular guys say, yes, you've retired, and, you get all these other labels. Yes, you're going to be a pensioner. And all those terms are so, it's a reality. Yes, I'm retired from the 31st of January 2021 this year. I am no longer in the employ of the WCD as an employee. Okay. So I am now currently on my own at home, and now I'm going to have to shape my future. I'm going to have to look at where else I can make impact and so on. So, yes, I'm retired, and I'm going to share all that information with you guys. Forms that you must fill in, and the information that you need. So I'm hoping to run, a session once all my documents are sorted, because at the moment my documents are half is already at head office. Some they return because I need to fix them up. So hopefully by the time I speak to you, then all those things would have been sorted. So yes, I thought let me just speak about that because I've spent 38 years in the formal education sector, helping to transform lives, helping to get people to improve their leadership capabilities, helping them to just transform their lives by giving them knowledge and skills and just engaging with people and building community. So I did that for 38 years at the school and then, of course, as a district official. And you know relationships, that was definitely a relationship. It was a partnership. So you know how relationships go. It's exciting, it's interesting, you meet a lot of people, you learn a lot of skills, you gain a lot of knowledge, and you're given this perfect platform to just share that information, right? And so that is what I'm extremely grateful for. As a teacher and then as a district official, I could in fact have direct contact with the very people that are very dear to me, and those are the teachers, and of course primarily the school leaders, your principals, your deputy principals, and your department heads. That is the engine of the school, in terms of that group must be on top of their game so that they can help to transform the lives of those teachers and those learners. And that's a passion of mine. That's in fact my life's mission. When I was placed on this earth, I firmly believe that my mission in life, and I'm glad I discovered that, is to help transform people's lives, help to change people so that they can change other people's lives. And in that way, we can spread the goodness and the community and all those things. So my career at the education department aligned with my mission, with my purpose in life. And I think that's why I enjoyed thoroughly the fact that, I could be in the classroom and be crazy with the children, because I knew that my job is to make sure that they become the best people they can be, that they get the most, that they get the right knowledge, and that they are allowed to think critically, because they're going to make a difference once they get into the various career pathways that they want to choose. And that was always uppermost in my mind. And so I'm very excited when I meet my past students, who are now, some of them are my colleagues, some of them are my seniors, and it's such a good feeling to know that, you so small in this universe, but if you know what your mission is, what your purpose in life is, then you will drive your passion, and it will be infused in what you do. So I enjoyed thoroughly my teaching career. I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that I was a district official, because that gave me more access to more people. And what is the job of somebody who wants to be an influencer, somebody who wants to help transform people's lives, somebody who wants to help change people's lives, somebody who wants to share their knowledge, or stimulate the fact that people need to gain more knowledge and more skills, because the more knowledge we get, the more we understand who we are, the more we understand how to deliver our service, then we will be able to impact the other people. So, of course, at the district level, I was placed in such a blessed environment, because while I was sharing what I know, my knowledge, my skills, my personality, my testimony as a person of, how we need to impact other people. I was also the learner, so I sat in amazing conversations with colleagues who helped me grow my knowledge base, who helped me shape my character, who helped me shape my personality. And so, I didn't start, I'm not the same person that I was years ago because I've been very fortunate that people could help knock me into shape, help me shape differently, help me think differently, help me express my caring differently, helping me to be more accountable and more responsible and that kind of thing. So, in short, my journey with the WCED and with the Department of Education, Basic Education, has just been an amazing journey. There are very few things that I can say that nobody forced me out of the formal um, employment. Yes, I've reached the age of 60, so I can gracefully apply for my pension and then step out. But there wasn't any pressure from the department. There was no pressure really from me in terms of, what that I need to stay on. But I can tell you this, and I see my daughter standing up, so I'm not sure what the issue is because I'm like really in on a roll. She just wanted to fetch something. But anyway, so I just thought, let me just sketch. So it's not that I'm tired. It's not that I'm bored. With education and being an influencer, helping to transform people's lives by looking at what problems are there, how can I help, where can I help, and so on. But I think, it's like in a relationship where you can become bored because you become too familiar and things just, you've done certain things and now you need to just ignite your life. And for me, it was a question of, I did a lot of reflection as I started marching closer and closer to retirement. I asked myself a lot of questions and I asked the Lord a lot of questions and like, am I supposed to stay here? And what else am I supposed to do while I am here? How can I help? Particularly because primarily I am passionate about the school leadership, about principals and deputy principals and department heads, whether you are serving principals or deputy principals or department heads or teachers, or whether you are aspiring, how can I help as an individual to help um, raise people's levels of accountability, of the understanding of who they are, because at the end of the day, I know that the children who are sitting in the class are going to be the ones who are going to benefit. So, how do I, given my mission in life, given my purpose in life, how do I help to grow myself first and then also grow others and share what I have in a way that can fast track people's growth? Because at the end of the day, it's the child in the classroom that I'm really impacting. And so that is the kind of conversation I have with myself. And so, of course, at some point, I realized that I need to step out of that partnership, that relationship that I have with WCED. Because on the one hand, um, you know, this is the other thing that I thought about is the longer I sit in the post, the less opportunity I'm giving others who are aspiring to be in a senior leadership position at the district. That is one. So we could have younger people are more passionate, people are more connected, and people who have far more gifts and skills that they can share. And I may be cheating people out of that opportunity because I'm in that position and it's comfortable for me to just to float on, right? And so that was one dynamic. The other dynamic was that I've never been unemployed. I've never ever had to look for a job. And so And my passion is, like I said, I want to be in a space where I can also have my own business model. As an educator and as a district official, I followed the business model that was provided by the Western Cape Education Department, for example. So the business model is that, yes, you ascribe to your job description, you ascribe to the values, and you have certain policies and things in place, and that is that business model that I worked within, and I was comfortable in it. And yes, I had to apply those policies, and I had to apply all the regulations that govern me. And there's a particular business model that the WCD uses, and so I had to use that. But that didn't stop me from trying to stretch, trying to find little corridors along the way and see how else I could strengthen and not become just caught up, here's policy number this, that, and the other circular, so and so and so, and forget that those policies and circulars are in fact just a mechanism to help you stay on track and not a document that will shape your relationship and shape what you have to offer. So that worked absolutely fine, like I said, for me. But now, as somebody decided, listen, Sharon, the time is right for you to step out. Don't be afraid, because I was like shit scared in a way. What do I do once I get out? And but I wanted to also be true to myself. I did commit when I'm 60, I want to get out, because then I have enough time still to explore different avenues. And so one of the avenues that I am definitely exploring is that the school corridor platform. That is for me my business model. So I've got a business model. It's not paying, but I've got a business model, and in my business model I've got two channels currently running. I've got the YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed, then I would strongly advise you, or just recommend, just pop in there, because I do have some videos on this. So I've got the YouTube channel, which is part of my business plan, and that's where I would load particular videos. And then, of course, I have the Facebook business page, where I also just try to give, current events and give tips and so on, that I curate from different sources. And then, of course, I do run the live stream. So currently, I do have those two options. And so, where am I going in the future? And I thought I'll share this with you. The School Corridor platform here on Facebook and on YouTube is, in fact, now my main voice. I don't have the WCD anymore, and I don't have the Department of Basic Education anymore as the ones. I'm not employed by them anymore, but I still have my voice, and I just have to find another vehicle. And fortunately for me, I've put part of that vehicle or business model in place already via the Facebook page and via my YouTube channel. So going forward, I'm looking at, how can I shape it? Now I've got more time. I'm going to get bored. I don't like cleaning the house all the time. I don't like, I can't go camp whole year. And like I said, my higher purpose is to help transform lives, to help grow principals, deputy principals, and department heads, whether you are currently in that position and or whether you are aspiring to be a deputy principal or the department head or a principal. So that I see as my key driver. And so I want to see how I can spice up the Facebook page, by having perhaps more live streams, perhaps shorter live streams, see if I can increase the frequency in terms of having the live streams here. And then I also want to increase the frequency of posting on my YouTube, which has been basically dormant, and see if I can put on, educational short videos on my YouTube channel as well. So that is going to continue. I'm just going to step up my game in terms of trying to offer more here on the Facebook page and trying to offer more on the YouTube channel. And then a second part of my way of giving back, or, just to make sure that I'm adding value, I'm very keen to run online courses. So obviously that would be a paid pathway that I'm exploring. So I'd like to offer online courses on topics to people who want to invest in themselves, who's willing to pay for the courses and then willing to hold themselves accountable because they paid, and willing to hold me accountable by having a deep dive into certain subjects. So that is where I'm thinking of going. And then, of course, with those paid courses, I'm looking at, offering personal uh, consultations or coaching as part of such a package. And I'm looking at, offering resources and so forth. So that is very much uppermost in my mind in terms of how am I going to offer that service. So on there's a free kind of service running on the current platforms that I have, where I openly share and invite my expert colleagues to come and share with us, and we give that information for free. It's really people just tune in if they want to be part of this conversation. And then, like I said, I'm also looking at, running like a little business on the side, and then saying, okay, I'm willing to give this, invest in this, and are you willing to invest as well? And so we can then strike up some kind of relationship in terms of business relationship in terms of that. Okay. And then, of course, I'm willing and able to help out, with any organization, training organizations, because I am a trainer, qualified teacher. Every teacher is basically a qualified trainer, and I do train and I have trained at various levels. So I'm sort of looking at all those possibilities. So yes, it's an exciting field. It's going to be different, and I really don't, I want to test it because I really don't want to leave this earth, or without knowing that I at least tried to be self-disciplined and try something else, because I just feel that had I stayed longer at in a formal employment situation, I'm not being absolutely true to myself in trying what I always wanted to try, and that is to be a creator on different platforms, and of course being a consultant or a coach as well. So yeah, there you've got it in a nutshell. There's a lovely proverb that I like, an African proverb. It says, "If the if the song changes, so must the dance." So I think my song has changed. The music is still the same. The music is, we need top class principals, deputy principals, department heads, and educators in our schools. That music, that is still the same. But the way that the song is now being sung, it's a new world. There's new technology. There's a lot of change taking place. There's a lot of upheaval taking place. So that's the song part. And then how do we adapt to that? And so, yes, I took that bold step. So if you want to call me a retired lady, I'm happy with that. But I like what Dave Miller said. One of the guys that I take my hat off to is, he's just absolutely amazing. He said, no, when you don't retire, you rewire and you become refired. And it's that kind of concept that I'd like to hang on to. So I'm going to lay around at home here, do a lot of reading, do a lot of thinking, see what I can shape. And then, of course, I am going to ask you to give me some ideas on, what are the particular issues that you want me to speak about here on the platform, or do a pre-recording of, and that kind of stuff, so that I also offer what you want, you know. And one of the things, and you can tell me afterwards, maybe I should, maybe by next week send out, like, try to send out a questionnaire. But I initially thought I'm going to speak about the PAM document and give, because that was one of the requests, that I actually do a full blown thing on the PAM document to explain everything, not just cherry pick. So that's one theme that I'm going to explore. And then, of course, I do know that there are vacancy lists out. So I'd like to tackle, interviewing skills. I'd like to tackle CV writing and that kind of stuff. Because I think there are so many of you out there whom we're waiting for, because we want you to take up the senior positions, but something is holding you back. There are fears, there are, insecurities around that. And so those are the kinds of things that I want to tap into as well, besides giving just like the knowledge. I want to address, I want to help address those things that are holding so many of you back. You are just absolutely amazing, but you are holding back because of other things. And so I want us to help uncover what is holding you back. Why are you not serving in the senior positions yet? And where you can have real authority, and more power, and to help shape the lives of the teachers that you're working with. And if once you've done that, automatically you are impacting the children who are sitting in the classroom. So that's like a long story, hey, of session one. But I thought, let me be truthful and just tell you where I'm going. So School Corridor is up and running from today. Right? So every Tuesday I'll be here. I'm going to look at the time. I'm going to look at the frequency, like I said. So maybe 7 o'clock doesn't suit you. That's the kind of thing I want to know. What other time? Maybe it's earlier. Is it possible for me to run a session earlier? I'm going to test the waters and just do the live stream and see how many people come on, and then how many people can watch the recording afterwards. So there's a lot of testing on my side, lots of experimentation, but I'm looking forward to it because I've always been so protected, in a protected environment where WCD pays me a salary, and whether I wanted to offer something or not, I will get the salary, and there's a form that I can fill in, and I'll get my money. So now I'm on my ass. Now I have to really, produce without having the security of just knowing whatever I do, I'm going to get a salary. So yeah, that's where I am, guys. Now I'm gonna look and see what kind of questions you have or what kind of responses you have, and then yes. And what do you think of the fact that I have decided to leave, to retire? Is it, what do you think? Is it a good move? Is it something, would you, I don't know, just any question. What do you think? What ideas do you have for me? How can you use me? Remember, I'm not available. My previous partner and I left on amicable grounds. We parted amicably. And so, yeah, that is where I am. Okay. So now let me see if there are any questions. I think everybody's sort of just listening now to what I'm saying. Michelle says, when it's safe enough, you have to pop in for coffee. Oh, that's going to be super, Michelle. I'll definitely do that because I'm dying to see what you're doing at your school. And then Wendy says, wow, Shannon, we salute you for 38 years of dedicated service. Thanks so much, Wendy. And thanks to you also for being such an amazing person. And Michelle is agreeing. And then Lavona says, hi, Lavona, thanks for being here. Lovely to have you here. Whoops, we've got so many ideas, the sisters as well, but we'll break it some other time. This is like just feeding into how do we change things around at our schools, and how do we help people to become the best they can be. So we're going to talk about that some other time, Lavona. Lavona says, looking fab, Sharon Lewin, you're going to make everyone want to retire now. Yeah. Oh, yes, step one, put makeup on. Step two, tease out the hair. And then congratulations on a successful ongoing journey. 38 years in the formal education sector. Wow. Thanks so much, my darling sister. And then Nicolette says, I have a splendid 2021. Thank you, Nicolette. Thanks for being here. Yes, I'm following your lead, eh? And you stole the amazing, phenomenal teacher that you've always been, Miss Artie. And then, of course, Vaughan says, congrats on your retirement. Thank you, Vaughan. Enjoy it to the max. You're awesome. Dankie, Put. Ons gaan jou miss. Yes, but you'll see me on School Corridor. And you can chat with me, Ashley says, good evening. Honestly, the first time we engaged, I used level 5 words. Today, I salute you and raise my glass of, yes, you can raise anything today, as a sign of respect and appreciation. Thanks so much, Ashley. I really enjoyed engaging you at Christoway, and I can see that you have grown over the years, in terms of your leadership. So I'm looking forward to the day that you really start thinking of running your school. And then, of course, Naomi Jensen, my favorite friend, my longtime friend. Thanks, Naomi, for coming on. And Naomi says she has her voice. Thanks for that uppercase. Always had great going, Mrs. Sharon Lewin. So proud of you. Thanks so much, Naomi. Really appreciate that. And then Abigail, thanks Abigail, who is watching you and your lovely dog. Well looked after, groomed as always. Such a spoiled animal. You will definitely be missed and enjoy. I know you will make the most of your retirement. Thanks, Abby. And then Michelle Pinter says, love the idea of courses and workshops. Yes. Michelle, that is something I'm going to explore, but like I said, it's going to, and it's really probably just going to attract a few people because not all of us want to really, and this is not an insult to us, I'm just saying, we don't always want to, fork out money. I'm okay with that. If I need a book, I'll buy a book. In fact, I spend quite a bit on a book, on e-learning courses and that kind of stuff. So for those of us who are willing to invest in ourselves, I'm willing to explore that avenue. So I look forward to that. Even if I have one student, I'm not I'm not phased at all, because it means that the person wants to invest and I must produce the goods. So I'm looking forward to that, Michelle. Really am. Angeline said, I love the way you went about your business, making friends along the way by following policies and procedures, but not sticking to every single point religiously. True, Vanjie. I really loved having you as my ING and now as a friend and school corridor presenter. Enjoy exploring the avenues that you are seriously qualified for. Wow. Look, guys, thank you very much, Vanjie. That's my cheerleader of note. Yes, Vanjie, I think that is something that if you're a district official, even as a teacher, that is and it's something maybe we must talk about. That there are policies and regulations that we must comply with. But I think, and I'm putting my foot in here, I think many people see it as a constriction, as a way of, telling you exactly what and when you must do things. It's there to give you the compass, it's there to give you direction, it's there to show you that you must not do something illegally. But we must look for the windows of opportunities in that, So we can't be like machine, but it's something we need to speak about at some point. Policies are really there, in my view, to help regulate how you do things, that you don't get yourself into trouble. But I think we just sometimes take it, one step further and then even ask people, tell me exactly how must I tell the people this. We don't want to use our own voices. And then Carol van der Juffer is here. Thank you, Carol. Lovely to have you here, my librarian friend, and such a motivator. And I've got so many people who I was so emotional when I looked at the comments, and I'm becoming emotional again on Facebook, and I thought, I'm so blessed. I'm beyond blessed that people are acknowledging that I do add value, and thought, wow, but guys, if you just remember that it's a two-way street, and the value that you got from me is also the value I got from you. It's not a one way. It's not a one way. We learn from each other. And so I'm like absolutely grateful that all of you are in my path. And then, of course, Andre, my circuit manager friend now and past student, am I so proud of this guy? Huh, future director of education. This is inspirational. Thank you, Sharon. No, absolutely. Thank you, Andre. Yeah, yeah, I've got all of you in my camp, and you guys are just absolutely stunning. And then, oh, okay. Ashley says our deputy Janet Daniels also retired at Crestway. Yes, Ash, she told me that she's going to step out, and she was discussing with me if I'm still being serious about leaving. And I said, even if I wanted to change my mind, my spirit was fine with me leaving because I had to deal with that fear, the fear of like, what am I going to do with the years that the Lord is still giving me, and am I really going to take the step? So it's a huge step, really. But I'm, my spirit was fine, and so now I'm saying, if things don't work out the way I wanted to work out, I can always go and teach. I can always go and do contract work. I can always reach out, And so I was bold enough. Like, Janet, just get out and see what life has for you. Yeah. And then Liesel is greeting everybody. Liesel says hi, everybody. Thanks, Liesel, my buddy from the district. And now she's my ex. I went up to the district office because I needed some form signed. And people say, aren't you retired? I don't know. People treat relationships like if you change your status, then automatically life ends as well. And I said, no, you are now my ex. When we speak, and I say, she's my ex, he's my ex. I said, so you're not out of my life. Yeah. So thanks, Liesel. We still need to have that cup of coffee, and then I think I've greeted everybody. Um, yes, Latifa, I have acknowledged you. And then, so guys, yeah, those are the comments. So, and like I said, I just wanted to, pay tribute, let you know that I'm currently still going to run School Corridor. This is my passion. This is my baby. This is my voice, my biggest voice now, and I'm going to work hard at trying to keep the momentum here. So encourage your colleagues and friends to pop in and then give me some ideas. But I'm going to drop a question, and even if just a few of you answer the questionnaire, I just want to know. I know there are certain themes I have in mind. Like I said, I want to do the interviewing because there are amazing people on here, and I need you guys to understand we need you at the senior levels. We need you where you have the authority and the power to help shape things. So I want to speak to the recruitment and selection. And then, of course, I had a request from a very close colleague who asked me to do just an overview of the entire PAM document. So I've got sort of like those two themes that I can just hang on to, but I need you to help shape me. Ne? Yeah. Okay. So I think I've said everything. I'm just double checking to see that I didn't miss anybody. Um, no, I didn't. Uh, Going here, going there, Liesel. Yeah. So people, drop any school would be honored to have you teaching because you do want to go back to teaching. Yes, I was thinking about that, Liesel. As a teacher, it would be fun actually to go back into the classroom at some point, maybe just as once off, or I don't know. That it's not impossible, but it would be fun. It would be fun to explore all those possibilities. So, guys, on that note, I just want to say thanks again. Um, when you see me now, you saw me today as an ex. So I'm like refired and rewired. Okay. So I will meet you again on Tuesday next week, and I'll let you know what is going on. And then I will send out a questionnaire, and then I'll keep you posted. And if you're on the journey with me, I am there with you. And we're going to continue making a difference. We're going to continue sharing. I'm going to continue trying to get in lovely people and expert people to come in and share their practical, on the ground knowledge with you and experiences with you, so that we can continue to grow. Because as long as we're here, we have to make a difference. And until it's time for us to go, we must be absolutely sure in our minds and in our hearts and in our souls that we have really done what we want to do. So, yes, Carol, your last comment, your gut is good, Sharon. Keep following it. Intuition is underrated. You're a beautiful role model. Oh, thank you so much, Carol van der Heuvel. And then Shireen finally made it. Hi, Shireen. I'm just busy wrapping up. So, yes, thanks so much for everything. And like I said, I also want to pay tribute to you, as the educators and the movers and shakers. Continue doing. Let us continue striving. Let us continue helping to build each other up, and stay here with us at School Corridor, because I really, really enjoy and appreciate your company. I appreciate your comments and so forth. So when we see each other next week, I'll drop on Facebook what the topic is going to be. Maybe I'll just check you, but my sense is I must touch again on the recruitment. I wonder if you want to drop something in the chat. Maybe if I have, maybe I should run a separate live stream and just ask you, am I on the right track? Would it be a good thing to start with? Just talking again about, how to prepare your CV, how to prepare for the interview, and and that kind of thing. Let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to start with something, and you may have other needs, that I can address. Yes, Shireen, all the best for retirement. A shock, but well deserved. Thank you, Shireen. But we see each other here all the time, so we have our coffee dates, right? And then Zahir, my fabulous champion there in Grassy Park. Thank you for the amazing work, Sharon. You are amazing. Thanks so much, Zahir, and of course, the feeling is mutual about you. So, on that note, from School Cardinal, remember we want to master our craft. So, I want to help you master your craft so that you can eventually make a bigger impact because you are the role models out there. You are our torch bearers, and we need you like never before. So go well, enjoy the week, and then I'll see you next Tuesday. Cheerio.